Welcome to Presidential Election Watch. Today's episode deals with money in federal elections. Today is November the 20th, 2024. I'm Merrick Masters, Professor of Business Emeritus, commentator, and podcaster. The central point I'm trying to make in reviewing money in federal elections is that campaign spending fuels the circular links between the political donor lobbying industry, candidates and elected officials, the administrative state, and economic and other entities which benefit from government spending. It is very much a circular, incestuous relationship which drives the size of government beyond, I think, what is ideal for a strong private sector economy to fuel economic growth. We'll talk about the total cost of federal elections, including presidential and congressional elections, outside money, and outside money is money spent by groups and individuals independent from what the candidates and parties spend. Business labor ideology split, that's how much businesses, labor, and ideologically affiliated groups spend in the recent presidential elections. Dark money is money whose sources are undisclosed under federal election campaign law. And we'll take a look at the top 10 expenditures of both the Trump and Harris presidential campaigns. Presidential election spending, this gives you a trend, a line trend of spending in presidential and congressional elections between the election cycles of 2020 and 2000 and 2024. You can see based on this that in 2024, nearly $16 billion was spent on overall on federal elections. Another $4.6 billion was spent on elections in state governments. $5.5 billion was spent on the presidential election, and over $10 billion was spent on the congressional elections. This shows the campaign and outside money receipts of presidential candidates, including Harris and Trump, that were received. Harris raised more than $1.6 billion in her very short-lived presidential campaign, and Donald Trump raised over $1.1 billion. Outside expenditures are those expenditures that are made independent from candidates, totaled over $4.3 billion in 2024. In terms of the business labor ideological split, you can see that businesses, groups and individuals affiliated with businesses spent about $5.3 billion in 2024. Unions contributed less than $240 million. There's about a 20-to-1 advantage, 20+to-1 advantage that businesses enjoy over labor in campaign contributions. In terms of dark money, that money whose sources are undisclosed, you can see that they spent more than $1.1 billion on elections, federal elections in 2024. The sources for these data are provided in each of the links. They are primarily from Open Secrets, and as we turn now to the spending of the Harris and Trump campaigns, those data came from the Federal Election Commission itself. And you can see here that Harris in her short-lived campaign. The top 10 expenditures that she made totaled $246 million, and it's primarily for entities that make media buys in order to show her advertisements in various electronic media, print media, etc. Trump's campaign spent 192 plus million dollars, the top 10 expenditures, and they were made for, again, media services as well. So expenditures on media and related expenditures associated with that consume a lot of the campaign money that's raised. A lot of it's also spent on payroll to hire various people and on expertise, get out the vote efforts, etc. I hope you found this useful and will stay tuned to future episodes. One last episode of Presidential Election Watch will cover the Electoral College and what we can expect to see in terms of how it works to certify the election of a president, which is determined via the Electoral College according to the Constitution. Thank you and have a good day.